welcome to my channel. Here we are going to be working on this problem, which is question 4 of this year 2025 West African Examination Council Technical Drawing. Alright, so this question that we are given here, I was not expecting a question from this area. The reason is that last year 2024 a question was set from this same topic, so I was not expecting it, but that is their own decision. Okay, and let's look at what the question says so that we can know what we are to do. So here we have the figure 4 shows a polygon with side FG equals FK equals 40 millimeters, then GH equals HJ equals 60 millimeters, and KJ equals 80 millimeters. Okay, then question A says draw Roman figure 1 of question A, the full size of the polygon, and Roman figure 2 of question A square equal in area to the polygon. And question B says measure and state the length of the diagonal of the square. Okay, so what we have to do first is to replicate what we have here as we are instructed. But before we go to replicate this, we have the angle between line FG and line FK to be 150 millimeters, and the angle between line FG and GH is 120 degrees. So let us start with that. So the first thing that we have to do is to replicate the given figure by, so first of all draw a horizontal line. So we draw this horizontal line. Okay, then on this horizontal line, so we have to follow the given dimension. So we have that FG equals 40 millimeters. FG is 40 millimeters, so this is 40 millimeters. Yeah, and then here we have this to be, so this is point F and this is point G here. Okay, so next we have to draw FK. So FK, we need to make an angle around of 150 millimeters. So you set your protractor, the center point on point F, and then you make sure that the horizontal line on the protractor is on the horizontal line FG. So here is, you have to read the angle from this side. So you read the angle from here. So going in this direction, you follow this down measurement or down calibration. So here we have what we have 150 here. So this is 150. Okay, so we have 150 there. So we can now draw this line FK. So this point that we have here, we connect them together with a straight line like this. Then and we have that FK is 40 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 40 millimeters here. So this is 40 millimeters, and this point here is point K. So here we have K at this point. Now for GH, the angle is 120 millimeters. So we set the protractor again at this point, and then so we read 120 from this side. It should be read from here. So I follow this upper calibration. So this is 120 up here. So I'm going to join this together with a straight line like this. And then we have that GH equals 60 millimeters. So we take a measurement of 60 millimeters here. 60 millimeters. So from this point, this is 60 millimeters here. Alright, so at this point, we have H at this point here. Alright, so the next is we have what? We have HJ. HJ is 60 millimeters. In this case, you have to make use of your compass to work this out. So with the compass, take a measurement of 60 millimeters on the ruler. This is 60 millimeters. So put it at this point. It is HJ that you want to draw. We already have point H here. Put the pinpoint at H at this point. Then you make an arc here like this. Alright, so then we also have that KJ is 80 millimeters. So you have to take a measurement of 80 millimeters on the ruler with the compass. So this is 80 millimeters here. Okay, so take 80 millimeters. This is 80 millimeters. Put the pinpoint at K here, and then you make an arc here on this arc. So this point is point J. So here we have point J now. So we can now join this together. So join KJ together. So it goes like this. Okay, then we join HJ together with a straight line. So this is it. So we have this. Alright, so we have answered question A, Roman figure 1, in which we are asked to draw the full size of the polygon. Now let's go to construct a square that will be equal in area to this given polygon. Now before we can construct a square that will be equal in area to this given polygon, there are two things that you are to do. You can see that the question carries 20 marks. So it is not a simple job. So it's something that it's simple, but there are things that you need to do before you can draw that square that is equal in area to this given polygon. Now, number one, you have to construct a triangle that is equal in area to this polygon. That's number one. Then number two, you have to construct a rectangle that will be equal in area to this polygon. Then you can now go ahead and construct a square that will be equal in area to this polygon, and that same square will be equal in area to that rectangle that you will construct. Let's see how it goes. So the first thing that you have to do now is that connect this point F with point J. So draw a line from here to point F. So draw like this. Then connect G and J together with a straight line. So it goes like this. Now, having joined FJ and GJ, so the next thing that you are going to do is that you take your set square. Okay, so set your set square on this line FJ and support it with the ruler like this. Then you shift the set square to point K. So when you get to point K, draw this line to touch this line. So let's call this point. I'll call this point, I'll call it point A. So that's what I'm going to call it. So this line here is parallel to this line. That is what we just did. Then set your set square along this point GJ. Okay. Then support with the ruler and shift the set square to point H here. So when you get to H, so draw this line and let it touch this horizontal line, and I will call this point, I will call it point B. Okay, so now join. Okay, so before we go for that, this line HB and GJ, they are parallel to each other, so take note of that. Now, so I'm going to draw a triangle that will be equal in area to this given polygon, polygon FGH and K. Okay, so we just join. So join AJ together with a straight line. Join AJ together with a straight line, and you join BJ together with a straight line like this. Okay, so this is a triangle that is equal in area to the given polygon. So the next thing that we are going to do is to construct a rectangle that will be equal in area to the triangle. So how do we do that? So what we have to do now to construct a rectangle that is equal in area to this triangle is that from this point J here, draw a perpendicular line. So draw a vertical line. Okay, so this vertical line that we have drawn, so I will call this point, I will call it point C here. Where the vertical line touches this horizontal line, I will call it point C. So this vertical line, J or CJ, is the height of the triangle ABJ, which is equal in area to the given polygon. So the triangle ABJ is equal in area to the given polygon. Okay, so this line CJ is the height of the triangle. Now, the next thing to do is that we are going to bisect this line CJ, which is the height of the triangle, so that we can construct a rectangle that is equal in area to this rectangle triangle ABJ. So we bisect this distance. So put the midpoint of your compass here, extend to a convenient radius. So draw an arc here. Okay, then we draw an arc here on this side. Okay, then put the same pinpoint here as C with the same radius, draw an arc here, and then you draw an arc here. So we are going to draw a line as a bisector of CJ, so it goes like this. Okay, so we draw this line like this. Alright, so that is bisector of CJ. So the next thing that we are going to do is that, so with the set square, so we bring set square to point A here. Then you draw a vertical line from here, touching this bisector of CJ, and then you draw a vertical line from this point B here, touching the bisector of CJ. So this point here, I will call it point D. Okay, and this is point E. So rectangle ABDE is equal in area to triangle ABJ. So that is the second thing that we have to do. Now let's look at the next thing that we have to do. So what we have to do now is to construct a square that is equal in area to this given rectangle, and that same square will be equal in area to this given polygon. Okay, so now let's see that. So what we have to do now is that we are going to extend this line, this horizontal line, extend it towards this side, and then so extend this line BD. This line BD, extend it, so let it go up like this. Okay, now take your compass and take this distance BD. Okay, so lift it up and put the pinpoint here at D. Make an arc here like this. So let's call this point. So let's call this point. Let's call it point P. So I'll call it point P. Now the next thing that we are going to do is that with the compass, so this line BP is the length or side of the required square. This line BP is the length or side of the required square. So now we take this distance BP with the compass like this. So take this distance. So with the pinpoint at B, so just come here and make an arc here on this line. So I'll call this point, I'll call it point Q. So this is Q. Then put the same radius. You know, the radius that I took here, that is BP. I still have it with me. Put the midpoint here at Q. Then make an arc here. Then put the midpoint here with the same radius. Put it at P here. And make an arc here on this arc. So this point is point R. Okay, so this is point R. So we join QR together with a straight line. Join QR together with a straight line. So this is it. Okay, then join PR together with a straight line. Then, so we make this a thick line to bring out the square. So this is it. And then we join this together or make it a thick line. Alright, so this is a square that is equal in area to the given polygon. Okay, then they ask us to measure the length or diagonal of the square. So all you have to do is to connect these 2 points together. So connect BR together, or you connect QP together. Connect QP together. Okay. Alright, so looking at what we have here. So if I take a measurement of BR, so BR is a diagonal. And looking at this, so if I take this measurement, so this is 115 millimeters. So 115 millimeters. So I will say, so diagonal, so diagonal, so BR, diagonal BR, so is equal to 115. So plus or minus 1. So this is how the solution of this problem should go. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice. Thank you and God bless you.